Home and away spoilers. Perri's dad is out for revenge. This week on Home and Away in Australia, Perri's dad Carl returns to Summer Bay ready to take revenge on his son. Can Tane save the day? Last week, Perri faced his father Carl in court. After pressing charges of domestic violence against him, Perri was terrified at the prospect of testifying against his dad, especially after receiving an anonymous note telling him to keep his mouth shut. He nearly backed out on the eve of the trial, but Tane reminded him that if things went their way, he'd never have to see his father again. However, in a surprise turn of events, Carl was found not guilty and was free to go. Perri was distraught, with matters made worse by the fact that Tane missed the trial after Harper was taken into hospital. Rose began the process of taking out a provisional apprehended violence order against Carl, meaning he would be prevented from going anywhere near his son but only temporarily, with Perri facing the prospect of another trip to court if he wished to make the order permanent. Later, as Perri and Tane returned to their house on Saxon Avenue, Tane reassured Perri that his dad wouldn't dare come anywhere near him considering there's an AVO in place and they live with a cop, but they had no idea that Carl was hiding just out of sight, watching them as they entered the house. Carl then headed to the surf club, where a quick conversation with the staff at Summer Bay Fit secured him a copy of the class schedule, whilst also informing him that Tane wouldn't be at the gym until after lunch. Knowing that his son would soon be heading for a shift, Carl later returned to the surf club where he cornered Perri and warned him that he'd made a grave mistake by pressing charges against him and taking out an AVO. Perri tried to warn Carl that he would never win in a fight against Tane, who has taken on parental responsibilities since Perri's arrival in Summer Bay. However, Carl retorted that there are plenty of ways to skin a cat, making it clear that accidents happen all the time. People get run over, brake lines can get cut. You just never know. Perri spent the rest of the week keeping a close eye on Tane, terrified that his dad would return and take his anger out on his new guardian. This week, when Perri returns home to find a knife stabbed into the kitchen bench, with a copy of the AVO beneath it, he knows his father means business. He decides it's time to flee Summer Bay and go into hiding, but he won't have the chance to do so, as Carl is hiding in the house, ready and waiting to pounce. The adrenaline rushes through Perri's body so fast, he goes straight into fight or flight mode. Cantona Stewart tells TV Week of the latest development. By now he knows he's put his father through some serious obstacles. He knows what his father is capable of. He's in grave danger. Carl grabs his son and drags him into the backyard, where he forces his head down into the pool. The power is in Carl's hands and he knows the rage running through his veins. Cantona continues, Perri is in serious trouble. And this time, there is no escaping. Thankfully, Tane arrives home just in time. But will he be able to overpower a furious Carl? Plus, with Tane still desperately needing to stay out of trouble with the police after his recent court case for abducting baby Poppy, which saw him given a 7-year community sentence. Can he even risk stepping in?
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của Home and Away Spoiler Today. Xin chào.